Hey folks, how's everybody doing tonight? Thought we'd do some headlines because we're living in a shitstorm. This is Morgan James doing Every Time You Go Away. Broad's got great pipes. One of those postmodern jukebox girls. Amazing pipes, great range. The song, though, is Every Time You Go Away by Paul Young, and it sucked back then. Even with her, it hasn't gotten any better. She's pretty crazily hot, so take it for what it's worth. Maybe if she was wearing a bikini. Minnesota is now using contact tracing to track people as demonstrations escalate. What? The government overstepping its boundaries and using something they told you that was completely innocent and for your own good. And the children, you don't want to kill grandma. Grandma killer. Now, all of a sudden, not so innocent anymore, you see? That's how it goes. These people are weasel fucks. Literally. Shit weasels. Shit weasel fucks, even. So the, governor of Minnesota, shitweasel that he is, his daughter, Hope Walls, was tweeting out intel to violent looters and rioters, just like Ilhan Omar's daughter, Isra Hersey. Okay, here's an idea. Let's take them and the other piece of shit, and we'll put them all on a group package back to Somalia. I mean, hey, Somalis blended right into Minnesota. Why can't Minnesotans blend right into Somalia? Because they probably have their heads removed. Especially since they're communists and not fucking ragheads. But go figure, a communist wouldn't be as smart as a goddamn raghead. Democrat leader Nancy Pelosi attacks President Trump, refuses to condemn leftist looters and rioters. Imagine my surprise. Those people are just honest, hardworking, everyday apple pie, baseball, hot dog Americans that are upset because somebody might have, I'm not saying he's dead. For all I know, he's sitting with fucking Epstein laughing, counting his 3 million and growing GoFundMe page. Antifa tortures a patrol car in Santa Monica, then takes control of a second car. Police chased away. Police have guns. These people are physically threatening their help. I was talking to my buddy Vax. I did a meme dump on him because there's some truly vicious memes going around that even I won't put on the internet. But they're fucking good. Dumped them to him. And, you know, he's laughing, but he's up in Oregon and he makes the really solid point. He goes, you know, I got a wife and I got kids. And if I have to defend my house against these shitbags, I'm the one they're going to hang. And I thought about it for a second. I said, yeah, he's pretty fucked. I mean, at least down in Phoenix, see, that's the Arizona flag. We have the castle doctrine. We're a constitutional carry state. There are a lot of dumb people here. I will tell you that right now. Road rage is a perfect example, but excuse me. If you got more sense than God gave a fucking rock, you would say, this is a constitutional carry state. Just from the smattering of people I see open carrying, I'm going to assume the rest are concealed carrying since they don't need a permit. Maybe I won't behave like a fucking dickhead. No. We have literally bred 2 generations of slow fucking gazelles. There are no predators, and so there are no repercussions for their inability to fucking factor out any kind of information. Security guards assaulted as looters hit Bellevue, Washington, home of Microsoft. Police closed freeways. Yay! The governor of Arizona, by the way, instituted a 8 o'clock curfew. There are a lot of loopholes in it, but still, instituted a curfew because we've had small, minor outbreaks here, basically college kids being fucking dickheads. We haven't had anybody trying to smash into anybody's house or anything, which is why there's no body count in this town. If you kick somebody's door in, you're going to get blown right back out. Just saying, there are so many fucking guns down here, folks. It's one of the reasons I like it here. I wish I'd still had my antique flintlock musket that I lost in that horrible boating accident. Then I could defend my family, too. Huntington Beach locals clash with Black Lives Matter protesters. Police declare unlawful assembly. Okay. Can't do it. Can't violate the First Amendment. I don't give a fuck what color your uniform is. But they did it. And what they were really trying to do was stop this from going way sideways really quick. But let's face it. Fucking Huntington Beach is a pretty Tony area. Those people pay a lot of money for their property. Who are these fucking idiots there? And because it's California, much like Oregon, God forbid you should defend yourself or your property. Your property is worth less than the shitbag's life that kicks in your door, even if you don't know whether or not he's going to actually kill you and your family. Did you know that? How's that? You know what? The light's flickering up and down because it's getting dark out. Let me pause this. We'll put some lights on. Fuck, I'm looking awful yellow. Did I get jaundice? Am I drinking too much beer? Why, you crazy beast. It's off. A whole lot better. Well, that's definitely worse. Let's go with that one. At least it looks semi-human. As you can see, I am shiny because it is fucking hot out here. Although it is under 100 now. Get a load of this shit. Police nationwide kneeling with protesters joining protest. You're fired. You're on the clock. You want to protest? Protest off the clock. You want to kneel in solidarity with the protests? You do it on your own time. In the meantime, I need you to keep those fucktards in fucking line, which you're not doing anyway. I get it. They can't shoot these idiots. They can't hit them with hoses. They can't hit them with police dogs. Because that would be racist. Even though there's fucking white morons from Antifa and shit in there who have nothing better to do than to stir this shit up. The police are still fucking hamstrung. So today, an idiot tries to drive his 18-wheeler through a crowd of people on a fucking freeway. One person stands there. He does not run them over. Stops the truck. Gets pulled out of the truck. Last I heard, he was beaten unconscious Reginald Denny style. Don't stop the truck. Don't threaten to run everybody over with your truck unless you mean it. Don't stop your truck unless you want to get Reginald Denny. Stupid fuck that he is. Moron is in a crowd of people. Moron is in a car being stopped by protesters, gets out with a bow and arrow. A bow and who are you, fucking Robin Hood? Hawkeye? That didn't end well. You saw the story from the guy in Dallas who tried to defend his store with a broadsword. I don't know what happened to him. I did hear that he was no longer with us, in which case my heart goes out to his family. You're in Dallas, dumbass. Why don't you just take out a fucking weapon? You know what the unifying thing is in this entire 3-story arc? If you're not going to use it, don't take it out. That's all. That's like rule number 1 for anybody who carries. Never pull your weapon unless you're going to use it. Okay? It's a responsibility thing. I know there's people out there who can say, well, you know, that's it. If you're carrying a weapon, the only time you're allowed to use a weapon is in defense of your own life. Simple as that. Otherwise, you do not withdraw a weapon. You do not brandish a weapon. You do not threaten anybody with a weapon, because that's a felony. Just walk away, de-escalate, and get the fuck out of there. Just back off. I got no interest in doing this. I'm going to go my way. You go your way. People don't fucking get it. I'm going to threaten you with my bow and arrow because I am Robin Hood. Hey, Sheriff of Nottingham, give me back my tax. Oh, wait a second. Beat the holy fuck out of that guy. Deserved it for being a dumbass. Joe Biden poses with Black Lives Matter in Wilmington as far left-wing terrorists riot, loot, and burn buildings to the ground. Well, he's playing to his voter base. The sub-50 IQ crowd. Rochester police release new video of savage beating of woman by Black Lives Matter and Antifa thugs. Ask for help identifying the perps. Well, once you identify them, if you want a little help stringing them up, give me a holler. I had no problems with that. Black Lives Matter goons loot high-end stores on Michigan Avenue. Governor Pritzker cheered them as peaceful and beautiful. Fire hoses and police dogs, rubber bullets, pepper guns. So that's what happened the last time this shit went sideways down here, right? That's my favorite one. The guy gets hit right in the balls with the fucking pepper ball. Funny as hell. Should happen all the time. Minneapolis rioters attack tanker truck. Rip driver out and beat him like Reginald Denny. I just covered that. It's his own fucking fault. The man's a moron. Came screaming down the expressway. One person standing in his way. Nut up or shut up, dumbass. Well, I just wanted to scare them out of the way. Yeah, well, one of them's dumber than you are because he fucking stood there. Now your ass is a vegetable or a corpse. Michael Brown Sr. releases a statement on George Floyd's death, joins a Minneapolis protest mob on Sunday. Like, I give a fuck what you say. You did such a good job raising your son, you piece of shit. Allegedly. Oh, wait a second. The black guy. What am I saying? He didn't raise his own kids. Allegedly. Portland mayor tweets excuses for rioting. Response to years of systemic injustice. No. It's the response to years of soy latte swilling pansy-ass pussies. The Mafeelies. I have to vote my feelies, so I'm going to put a guy in there who I'm not sure is even a guy. Yeah, well, you get what you fucking pay for, don't you, dumbass? Rioters burn homeless man's bed and possessions, and then just watch as he struggles to pull them from the fire. What the fuck did the homeless guy do to you? The guy doesn't have enough fucking problems? Here's the thing. These idiots like to throw fireworks around. They literally took it. If you've ever watched, like, a 4th of July fireworks show, or it used to be the old opening at Disney, you see the mortar goes up and explodes into big chrysanthemum or whatever. This is what these idiots are throwing into crowds and buildings. The problem is, those things are fucking dangerous. They're high explosives. I'm not making a suggestion here, but I can make kind of a prediction. What's going to happen is, this continues much longer, there's going to be fellas who probably have had some serious, intense training and might have seen some shit that scarred them for life. And what you're going to wind up seeing is, when these morons are busy throwing firecrackers, you're going to hear a couple of extra pop-pop-pops that don't sound like firecrackers. And then when the crowd disperses, there's going to be collateral damage. I'm just saying. They're bringing it on themselves. I have no idea what to do. I'll tell you right now. When I got the 2 alerts today from people, the boy, that the Antifas were posting shit on their Antifa website board thing about, that's it, we're going to go loot the white neighborhoods. I was like, okay. Go for it. It lasts about 15 minutes before a half a dozen of them are corpses. And then that's going to hit the Antifa message boards, and the rest of them are all just going to fucking roll up and cry because their comrades were viciously cut down in the beautiful prime of their life as a flower, blah, 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 blah. Don't go kicking in people's fucking doors. You won't get cut in half with a shotgun. Just saying. Every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. And this isn't New York or LA or Chicago or any of the other Democrat-run shitholes. This Arizona, we have the Castle Doctrine here. If you're stupid enough to kick in somebody's door, really good chance you're going to get kicked right back out in a way you don't want to. This was fucking a beautiful story. 2 high-powered Brooklyn lawyers arrested face federal charges after hurling Molotov cocktails into a police vehicle. I'm just going to let you imagine that they would probably be Black Lives Matter supporters, and I would say there's probably a really good chance that they were diversity graduates. Philly leftist rioters commandeered cop cars and ran them into other cop cars. Okay. Mayhem in Santa Monica. Antifa BLM terrorists loot businesses. Manhandle woman. Beat elderly man in broad daylight. I don't know what to tell you, folks. I don't let this shit go on. Looting the Target in Philly without a care, like they're shopping on a Sunday. Well, they are. They're undocumented shopping. No, aren't they? Citizens with AR protect Salem storefronts during protests. How did they get AR-15s in Oregon? Isn't that like a hate crime? Antifa and BLM thugs beat woman and her husband with 2x4s outside their store in Rochester, New York. Another place you can't own a gun. This one made me fucking laugh. This idiot fucking deserves it. He's Chris Martin Palmer, and I'm guessing that Chris Martin Palmer is an ex-NBA player. Liberal writer for ESPN encourages terrorists to burn down low-income housing units, then freaks out when the rioters show up at his house. Yeah. Low information, low IQ voters. That's exactly what fucking gets you this kind of shit. PV, I am sorry, brother. Apparently they burnt down the Confederate Museum and desecrate the Confederate statues in Richmond, Virginia. And yet their governor dresses up in blackface and a Klan hood and doesn't get kicked out of fucking office. You tell me. John Brennan's flapping his fucking communist gums again. Calls fucking Trump responsible for the terrorism. Man holding American flag, sucker punch beaten in Portland. I was there, he'd have had some backup. I was there, they'd have had some broken shit. I'm just throwing it out there. Antifa terrorists caught in the act of torching Nashville City Hall. Where are my redneck friends? Why are you not shooting these pieces of shit? Is this part of some great plan? Is this Trump's 14D chess? He's just going to let this happen. He's just going to let these places burn to the ground. Now, I will tell you, in the scheme of 14D chess, that where I'm sitting and I don't have a crystal ball or any great informational sources, I just observe and extrapolate. They're burning these fucking cities to the ground. these states will not be able to rebuild these cities, so the first thing they're going to do is going to go, please help us. You need to give us money, billions and billions and trillions of dollars, so we can rebuild our infrastructure, so these idiots can burn it all fucking down again. Especially the low-income housing that we give them for free that they don't take care of. So what does Trump do? What are his options? No, fuck you. It's an election year. That's going to fly like a lead balloon. Okay, we have to. Crashes the economy again. Even further. Craters harder. I don't know if you guys have been following anything else, because this is... So Dave from X22 likes to call it the Mockingbird media. And that's from Project Mockingbird, but that's completely something else. There was a story a couple of years ago. I know I'm off on a tangent, but I'll bring it back in. And I thought it was a great story. Girl feeds crows. Little girl feeds crows. She goes out, she gives them food. The crows go out, and they come back, and they give her stuff. Money, jewelry, anything bright and shiny, because crows, very, very smart animals. As a matter of fact, the whole corvid family, which includes starlings, which I did not know, very, very smart birds. They're attracted to shiny things. That's where we're at now. What they're doing is they're treating you like you're a bird brain. They're treating you like you're a bird brain. Now, granted, these are some of the smartest birds in the bird world, but they ain't people. But what they're doing is they're holding the shiny shit up to you to distract you, and they know you're going to do it. They know you're going to go, ooh. Watching cities burn will draw your attention in. COVID-19 doesn't exist anymore. Michael Flynn was exonerated and nobody fucking knows it. There's an impending meat shortage because the Chinese that own 3 of the 4 major meat processing plants in the country, we're talking the big ones like Smithfield, Chinese don't like America. The Chinese really don't like Trump. Trump's got them strung over a barrel and is making them fucking pony up, and people are flying out of China. And China's economy is cratering faster than ours. And again, we are besieged on all sides. Trump is the Alamo president. Understand this. He's in the middle of enemies surrounding him, including his own people. Fucking Mitch McConnell, Mittens, the rest of these deep state uniparty shitbags. They don't fucking like him. But they don't want to lose their jobs, because their jobs come with big fat cushy paychecks and big fat cushy donations from special interest groups and giant corporations. Those corporations are global multinationals. Global multinationals feel it would be in their best interest if the entire globe was just under one set of rules. I'm okay with that. The only problem is the one set of rules they want the rest of the world to follow are ours. Just like the meme says, I want my gay married neighbors to be able to defend their marijuana crop with their AR-15s. Completely okay with that. Works for me. Folks, I don't know what to tell you. You can do riot footage all day. I must have hung 50 videos on my fucking Minds page today. That's not the story. The story is all the shit that goes on behind the curtain. You've seen The Wizard of Oz. Everyone has seen The Wizard of Oz. They made a horrible fucking remake with James Franco of The Wizard of Oz. The iconic scene in The Wizard of Oz is when they go to see the great and powerful Oz, who's a big green smoke cloud with face in it, loud, booming, powerful voice. Very impressive. Built to scare the shit out of people. And the little tiny Cairns Terrier Toto goes over, pulls back the curtain. And there's the guy at the controls, pulling the levers and spinning the wheels, working the machine. The great and powerful Oz goes, "Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain." Well, folks, the person you want to pay attention to are the men behind the curtain. What I got for you? I wish I could have spun it up better, but at some point I just get fucking worn out. I get tired, man. There's a video up from this morning I did at like 5:30 in the morning for a friend of mine back east, my ex's best friend, where I butcher the allegory of the cave. But it applies. If you want to go look it up, it's called Allegory for Dawn. It's the video right before this one. Maybe there's a beer video before this one. You don't fucking know. It's hot out. I am tired. You're really using the beer. I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for popping in, folks. I appreciate you coming by. Pay attention. Wake up. Stay safe. Don't be a dickhole. Really, more than anything else. Pay attention to the man behind the curtain. That's our enemy. The shadow army. Not the paper tiger in front of us. I forget what they called it when they made the inflatable tanks and shit to fuck with the Germans in World War II. Tired and it's fucking hot. Alright, thank you. Have a good one, my friends. Be safe. Skull.